Meetup with me, plus size supermodel Tricia Campbell. Tonight, I am getting straight down to business. I hope I beat my face, okay? Because tonight we are having our guest. She is a former Wilhelmina model. Let me turn this music down. She's a former Wilhelmina model, now commercial makeup artist, and an official boss babe with her own cosmetics line called Glamazon Beauty. And she's also a pioneer in the plus size industry. Like, she started, you know, with all the pioneers of the plus size industry. So her name is Miss Kim Baker. I'm so excited, so excited to speak with her tonight. Miss Kim, hi guys. Let me get her on. Wait. Miss Kim, I hope I did my makeup okay. I miss my makeup artist so much.
Hey, beautiful people.
Yes, hello Kim, how are you? I just said Miss Baker.
Hello, Miss Tricia Campbell.
Yes,
hey,
how are you?
So how are you, darling?
I am doing pretty well. You know what happened to me? I was putting on this green shadow, and for some reason it dropped on my concealer. Do you have any tips? Like, do you put your concealer on last or first? Or, I mean, I should know this by now.
When you're going heavier on the eye, you want to kind of save that area for last because you're going to have some fallout. So there's two ways you can do that. You can leave it blank until you're done with your eyes, especially if you're doing more like color like black or like your green. You do it last, so this way you can take your fallout. Or either you can just kind of put powder there first, so this way as it falls out, you just kind of wish it away, you know?
Oh, okay, because I got a little bit of green. I was like, I'm just going to turn it into a style. Hi, Shay. There's some makeup artists on here. Remember, guys, to put your questions in the little question box.
Yes, so, and I'm ready to answer anything. So,
all right, you heard that first here. So, Kim, tell us a little bit about your model journey, because I know you were a former plus size model, and now international makeup artist, celebrity makeup artist, and you own your own cosmetics line now.
Yes, Glamazon Beauty. Yeah, so, you know, I actually was one of the pioneers of plus size industry. You know, I was a straight size model before, and I was always very curvy. Even when I was a size 4, I always had double D breasts, so I looked like a porn star. Stephen Mizell said, you know, you got the chiseled face of a goddess and the body of a porn star, because I'm a double D. I'm a double D, naturally. Even at my thinnest, I was a double D. And I just, yeah, I made the transition because I got tired of starving myself to maintain that size 4. And then one day I was walking down the street and a lady named Pat Swift stopped me and said, after I gained some weight, I went to a size 12. And she said, you know, you should be modeling. And I'm like, well, I've gained so much weight. And she was like, no, plus size modeling. And I said, what's a plus size model? And this was in the 80s.
Oh, wow.
Showed me some pictures. She asked me to follow her to her studio. She showed me some pictures, and I didn't even realize that Pat was one of the pioneers of the plus size industry. And then what happened is when I went to go with Pat, I met Susan Georget, who hadn't started Wilhelmina yet. And
okay.
Told me, listen, you know, I'm about to start my own thing. Why don't you just wait for me? So I really was one of the first, I was the first Black woman to sign to the Wilhelmina 1020 division. You know, at the time she had a Black girl. I think she took on me and Michelle Griffith at the same time. And I started working like a week later. And it was just so refreshing that I remember as soon as I signed with Wilhelmina, I went to McDonald's and I had 2 Big Macs. I was like, yes.
No more diet for me. No more diet. I'm curvy.
Like, no
loving
diet. Yes. So, you know, and that's how I started the journey. And prior to being a plus model, I had shot for Vogue as a straight size model. And I remember going back around to all the publications.
Wait, hold up. You shot for Vogue as a straight size model?
Straight size model. Mm-hmm.
What? I mean, wow, that
Also
is,
did a cover try with Francesco Scrivulo and Richard Avedon. Yeah,
uh-huh.
a lot.
Oh,
Probably a lot of people don't know. You know,
wow. See,
a
that's
lot.
why I had to start Model Meetup, because so much of us, we don't really get to speak about our journey and what we've been through and things that we have done and the trailblazing that we have done. You know, your face is like a face of a goddess. Like I've always like watched you and see what you do. And, you know, of course, I give it up to the pioneers in the plus size
And I gotta
industry.
tell you, I endured a lot of racism back then because let me tell you something. I say this humbly, but I'm gonna say it. Back then, you know, being a black woman and having such a chiseled face and skin,
Yeah,
I remember I used to walk into go-sees and women would see me, like the people who were booking, and be like, wow, you know, but they wouldn't book me because I was black. Like I remember one lady was saying, I really like her. I really want to, you know, like ditch the other girl, the blonde, and put her
right.
in. And the guy was like, well, we weren't really going to put African American. That's what made me leave the industry, racism, because I was going to catch a case. I was going to
Yeah,
catch a case. I remember one time I shot for Catherine's, and I remember the photographer having to change the lighting for me, and I heard the photographer say, this is why I don't like shooting black girls, because you always have to change the lighting for them. Well, mofo, if you knew about lighting, that would be an easy, you know.
easy switch, right.
Yeah.
There's
I went through
nothing.
a lot of racism. A lot of people don't know this, but I'm actually getting ready to tell my story. I'm working on something with Tisha, I'm working on something.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell the story because a lot of people don't know that before Naomi and Tyra, I was the up and coming plus, you know, not plus, straight size model. And that's
Wow.
big to do too. There was a lot of racism with that. And then on top of the racism was a lot dealing with the fact that I was a busty girl. You know, I went through
Right,
a lot.
right. So you were like out of the grain of the norm of what they think was beautiful, because you're a black model, you're curvy. They pretty much didn't know what to do with you.
One thing they couldn't deny is a bitch got face. That's what they
Yeah.
couldn't deny.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Definitely. Wow.
So
And
that
look
was,
at you now. So
they
hey, I
couldn't
mean, look
deny
at
that.
some of those other people models. Like, where are they now? I mean, you're still here, still doing it on the bigger level. So that's a little bit about your model journey. There's a model on here by the name of Plus Model Asia, and she's asking, "Wow, how was it being shooting with Vogue?"
Amazing. I shot one of my first shoots with Vogue. I worked with a lady named Polly Allen Mellon, who's a legend with Vogue. And one other thing people don't know about my career, I worked with Edward Enenful. You know who Edward Enenful is? He does all
No.
the British Vogue and Vogue. He's a black guy who was the stylist, who's now this big editor of British Vogue. I shot
Oh,
with
yes, I know who that is. The guy with the glasses.
guy who would help. Yes, he would help me
Yes.
pick my clothes. It was his first day at Vogue, so that's a legendary story.
Oh
And we
my!
talked about
Do
it.
you
We and I
still
talked
speak
about
to
it
him?
recently.
Girl, you need to put you on the cover right now.
That legendary story. I worked with
Oh,
Edward when he just started with Vogue. He was so
wow!
sweet and yes. Mm-hmm.
That is amazing. Okay, so why did you want to start your company, Glamazon's Beauty? Why?
Well, you know, I was working as a makeup artist and I just got tired of walking in places. It's a little bit better now. I got tired of walking in places and not seeing images of myself, not seeing images of beautiful black women. You know, I don't care how, you know, how the world is. People need to realize that beauty comes in all shades, colors, forms, shapes, sizes, you know, and I wanted to put my piece of it into the world. And my whole focus is about beautiful skin. One thing I do is I take care of my skin. I don't know if you guys can see me here. I don't know if the light is good. I take good care of my skin. And that's the same way I do with my products. I make sure that my foundations are lightweight. I make sure they have hyaluronic acid so that they apply, you know, moisture to the skin and supple. I mean, you know, I'm just into healthy, beautiful skin.
And I think that comes from the model in you, because I know for me too, as a model, your skin just, you feel better when your skin looks good, especially when you show up to a shoot. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, the same way I want to take care of my skin, I want to take care of the skin of my consumer. So
Of course.
I think if you see me and I'm sitting here right now, I have on a bit of moisturizer and some of my powder all over, and a little bit of like my golden highlighter, my golden goddess, and just making myself look like a glow queen. That's all.
I love that name, Golden Goddess. Oh my goodness. So I like, okay, so like we talking about, we're two black women. I have my senior line, you have your makeup line. And I know as a black woman, of course, the racism, the funding, sometimes coming off of being a model, sometimes companies don't take you seriously. Like how was it for you starting your cosmetic line, getting funding and all that stuff?
Well, I'm aggressive AF, baby. So you know, when I went around, yes, I'm aggressive in every category of my life. I went around for 2.5 years on my own to Wall Street doing what's called pitches, where I would set up meetings with venture capitalists and angel investors, and I would ask them to just allow me to pitch my brand. And many times I would be the only black person in the room in front of like all these white men in blue suits. But I gained the respect of so many people because they were like, wow, you know. I remember one Asian guy said to me, I got to be honest. He was like, I know what I'm going to say sounds really effed up, but I used to think that, you know, he actually said this to me, that he used to think that maybe black people were lazy until he met me and saw how aggressive I was and how, yes.
Yeah, there's so many misconceptions. So many misconceptions.
Say that about us. We are the hardest working people.
Working, yes.
Everything we have been through all types of obstacles, we still persevere and still resilient. How can you say that? And I said that to him. How can you say that? Apparently you don't know black people. So yeah. I remember just, you know, really hustling hard, doing my pitches. And finally one day I did meet a gentleman who said to me, "You're crazy." And he said, "But I'm crazy too, and I appreciate your drive and your hustle. So yeah, I'll partner with you." And that's how I really got started.
Wow, that is.
I'm getting my company back 100% because he didn't know what the hell he was doing. So yeah.
But that's a thing that I want to tell everybody: don't give up. As funny, don't give up. Like when it's your dream and you know that's what you need to do, like keep doing it.
So I have to tell your people, your followers, if you have something that enters your head and you have a passion for it, God would never allow you to dream it unless it was possible. It is possible. If you dream of something and you really want it, know that all it's going to take is for you to implement a plan. Stay focused, stay consistent, stay persistent, and don't allow negative people in your path. Because a lot of people will come and pretend that they're for you, and you'll tell them all your business, and they'll try and steal your ideas. If you have an idea, you're passionate about it, you would never be able to dream it if it was not possible. So go for it. That's what I tell people.
So true. Yeah, I always just have the faith, even if you don't have the money, or you do, because sometimes you have the money and your direction is just not right.
Yeah. A lot of people with money, a lot of money people have no creative ability, and the creatives should know that if you just implement what it is you're setting out to do, the money will come. God will never allow you to dream a dream and not fulfill the promise.
Not fulfill it.
I'm sitting in my beautiful home that all started from me being persistent AF. That's it.
Yes.
You know? I was going through my divorce when I started doing Glamazon. So if I can make it happen, and it was so emotional for me because I was, very much in love with the person that I end up getting a divorce with, but yet I still had to maintain my mental stability to achieve my goals. And I can tell you this much.
Oh no, Miss Kim. Yes.
Yes.
So you were saying you had to go through a healing process and still maintain
And
your
still
mental.
show up for
Yeah.
meetings. So I used to work hard by day and cry myself to sleep at night. Yeah.
Wow. Can you
But I
turn
ain't
up your
crying no
phone a
more.
little bit, Kim? Can you
Huh?
turn your phone up a little bit? For some reason, you're a little lower.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay.
you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, a lot better.
All
Yeah.
right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know
So,
sometimes we have to go through our healing and determination. I mean, some people always ask me, Trisha, like, where you get your determination from? And I'm like, listen, my grandmother came here like in the 60s and she had 8 kids. Okay, my granddad was with her, yes, but as a woman coming to another country with 8 kids, she had to do what, you have to do what you have to do to survive.
right.
Definitely. And remember, you gotta say these affirmations. Listen, it's okay for me to be wealthy. It's okay for me to be an entrepreneur. It's okay for me to be a CEO. There's
Oh,
nothing wrong
yeah,
with that.
absolutely. Listen, God wants you to have what it is
Yes.
you came here for. So the thing is, we didn't come here to be on welfare. We didn't come
No.
here to be somebody's just homemaker.
Right.
We were
Somebody's
so
nanny.
many
I don't know
times.
if you watched one time when I was telling, like 2 weeks ago, when I went into this job one morning and the lady said to me, the mop is over there. Yeah.
What?
And I was there to model. Yes,
You should have said,
girl.
bitch,
So,
then
I
grab it.
mean, it's crazy. Yeah. I had my beautiful
Wow.
hair like just curly and feeling good that day. I walked in, she said, oh, the mop is over there. I said, I'm not here to mop, I'm the model.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, yes, girl. I mean, I'm telling you, so, and of course,
Hey,
the hair issues.
let me tell you a story. I had one time went in front of a group of investors, all white men, and I'm a you've seen me in person. I'm very tall,
Yes,
statuesque, 6 feet. I'm
goddess.
always in some 5-inch pumps, baby. I don't let the 6 feet stop me from doing my hills. And then after I did my pitch, this Caucasian gentleman said to me, I have to say something. You're very proud, aren't you? You're Yes. And he's like, well, what is it that makes you so proud? I am descendant of a strong people. I'm descendant of, and that is one of the things that allowed me to know that I was going to get to where I was destined to go.
Right.
At the
So,
time,
where originally are you from, Kim?
I'm sorry.
Where originally are you
Oh, I'm
from?
American, but I'm African American and Native American mix. So
Okay, me too.
yeah, yeah, my grandmother is a Lakota Indian, and then my mom is African American, and yeah.
Okay.
So I'm
Mm-hmm.
African American and Native American. So that's why when white folks, when I used to go to school, used to say, you go back to Africa, I used to be like, first of all, babe, a quarter of my blood is in this soil.
Is right here. You
American.
are one of the originals,
Yeah, and
definitely.
my grandmother told me to always make sure I knew that my bloodline made me an American, and a real.
Wow.
So yes.
Wow. Yeah. Plussize model Jeannie says, of course, we're supposed to be proud of who we are.
Absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely.
we have to be proud of. If we're not, then what anything can happen. That's
It's
not
not to be
supposed to
just
happen.
a part of the human race, but the fact is, we have to work hard to really make an effort to be that.
Triple time, girl.
Yes,
Triple time. You gotta
absolutely.
be
And I'm sitting here
the
hard to
fiercest
do
walker, the fiercest poser, the fiercest in finances, in your education. I mean, as a Black person, it's like you cannot get enough education to even prove yourself.
Absolutely,
You have
absolutely.
to be the
Well, the good
best of
thing
the
is, it's a great time because I think a lot of our Caucasian brothers and sisters, because I say brothers and
yeah,
sisters because all are from one God,
of course.
are starting to
Yes,
realize, you know what, this is not making sense. And it really is not, because ultimately none of us are in control of who we are, where we come from. But I always say this: if you have an issue with me, take it up with God and let's see what your outcome is. Because
yeah,
we are exactly who and where we're supposed to be in life. You know what I'm saying? So
yes.
Yeah, I make no
Right.
apology.
And I mean, you know, we're not like, oh my God, where's my 50 acres and a mule and, you know, all the stuff you took from
Oh
us
no,
and all
don't
this.
don't get it wrong. Don't get it
Yeah,
wrong. The bitch still want her 40 acres and a mule, okay?
we still want to. Oh my
I
God.
still
So
want it.
I also want to ask you, what advice can you give to models who are wanting to transition, especially right now? I mean, this is a very uncertain time. There's not a lot of companies shooting. There's not a lot going on in the modeling, or if just your heart is talking to you and saying, I want to transition. I want to start my own brand or my own business. What advice can you give to them? Uh-oh. Mhm. You're breaking up a little bit. Let's see if you'll come back in. Yeah.
Campaigns for Glamazon. I just did my first photo shoot yesterday that I haven't done in a long time because of COVID-19. But when I tell you it was so different because we did everything different. Everybody wore masks. We
Yeah.
did meals were pre, boxed. Everybody, here's yours with your name or whatever. We did individual drinks where, we
You're really breaking up. Uh-oh.
are we breaking up?
Yeah. But if I'm model and you want to transition,
Trish?
yeah, she's back. So you said about,
Yep, I'm back.
okay, you change the way how you did
Uh-oh.
the photo shoot now.
Absolutely, yeah. So we just kind of have to pivot to what the times have changed to, what the new normal is. And so that's what I
Yes.
had to do. And I had to separate each model according to time. The first model was at 8. The second came at 11:30. The next one came at 1:30. So yeah, and it worked out perfectly. That's the beautiful thing about
Right. I have
Are
a
you,
question that
can you
I
hear me?
personally want to ask. Yeah, I could hear you. I want to ask you,
Okay.
because when you start having your own brand and you're still modeling, it's a little difficult. How do you like transition smoothly with that?